I haven't had my coffee yet, but we got big news last night. We had a $16 million sale, and I called this 2 or 3 weeks ago. I said this is going to sell for more than $15 million. Going to talk about two major changes that are happening in the auction world that are going to impact all of us and led to this sale. I've also got news on the whereabouts of that one of one Max Dowman card everybody was talking about. So, the first thing is this auction. I think auctions are about to change. This is institutional capital coming in. There aren't a lot of individuals that can spend this much money liquid. And what's interesting is if you are a business, you can actually spend more on it because there are certain deductions or benefits depending on what you do with it, whether you donate it or whether you keep it or whether you expense it as something. So we're going to see a lot more of that. We're going to see big companies bidding on cards. So when you find yourself in a bidding war, you may have to look on the other side, and it trickles down to us. You may actually be competing against somebody that owns like a memorabilia company, and they're going to write this off at 30-40%, so they have a 30-40% bidding advantage against you. I think you, as an individual going into auctions, maybe you should even think about forming your own LLC so you have the same advantage. But regardless, these high-end cards, they're going to keep going. This is an asset class now, and this is what's happening. They're probably going to try to fractionalize them. I don't know how well that's going to go. I've spoken with Shine about his investment group, and it's very interesting. I'm trying to get him on the channel, but not successful yet. So we'll see. There's only a couple things that have ever been fractionalized successfully in the world, and stocks are one, and I guess property is another sort of timeshares. But that is a big price. Pokemon is hot. That is the other thing I want to tell you. It is hot, hot, hot. I started the first edition Shadowless, whatever you want to call it, set last January, February. Decided to put PSA 9, 10 together. It's a top 50 set now, but I've got 3 in the registry, and I've got 3 more to go. And I'm really pissed that I went so slow because all of them have doubled or tripled, especially the hollows. And I just think Pokemon's going to rip through the anniversary. It's just like a gut feel. Again, I'm not telling you to go out there and buy this stuff because it's already really, really heavily priced. The vintage is heavily priced, but this stuff is no joke. People love Pokemon. The IP's nuts, and it's scarce and it's old. So I like it a lot, and I'm glad that I collected it personally. But I also am not selling it, so it doesn't matter what happens. Me and my son just like doing it together. So I don't know. The other thing that's going to change in the auction world is blending entertainment with selling. You see, if you have a marketing agency in the real world, you're like, all right, listen, hey, I can help you with SEO. I can help you with email campaigns. I can help you with Reddit. I can help you with LLMs like ChatGPT and Claude and stuff. But what Ken's doing is the same thing. You go to him to sell a card, and Ken's like, well, hey, I got a top 10 Netflix show. I got an Instagram handle. It does pretty well. I got my buddies, Logan Paul, other entertainers, and we could do some damage. That's a pretty compelling argument if you're going to sell something with him. And then further, some of these celebrities like Logan Paul was offering to do shout outs. If you bought into a first edition break, it was like 35 G's a pack. God, that would be fun, wouldn't it? Logan Paul would shout out your business. I mean, what's the value of that? You're going to see more of this. I love this evolution of marketing where Procter and Gamble used to just control the TVs and the magazines and the newspapers and everything and what was shown and buy out the ad space. Well, screw them. Now it's all in our hands. It's the attention economy. Whoever can control the eyeballs has power. And if you build up that power, you can have your own brand power and launch your own drinks and candy bars and also do some damage with auctions. And I think it's a really cool evolution of things. And it's going to be fun to watch over the next 5 or 10 years. Like everything's going to change about marketing in general. Lastly, I promised news on the one of one Max Dowman. I've heard from 2 sources that it was sold at a card show over the weekend. One said 38,000 quid. The other said 32,000 quid. Sorry, I have a lot of UK friends. And quid just sounds cool. They also say, I also say keen a lot instead of eager, and I think I picked that up from them as well. But I don't know, I'm disappointed in that. And also it was bought by an Asian collector, and it's confirmed headed to China. So that thing is like, Kevin Spacey and Usual Suspects, like, gone in the wind. What a wild story. What a wild few days, really, in the hobby. The most expensive trading card ever has been sold. congrats to everybody involved. I think it's really good stuff. Thanks, everyone.